Unfortunate spouse of an addict, it's a long one. As the title states, I am the unfortunate spouse of an addict. I am looking for a very specific answer. Why am I still the spouse of an addict and not the ex-wife of an addict? Let me clarify. He is 100% and addicted. I am fully aware. I know I can't change him. He needs to be ready to make the change himself. We have 2 kids. I am essentially raising them myself with ghost parent. He hasn't worked consistently in years. He will work for a few months/year, and then quit before finding something else. Mostly for valid reasons, but also sometimes for dumbass reasons, or I should say excuses. Keep in mind he is blue-collar with a spotty employment history, so he really isn't getting the best of jobs, but for our situation it was fine. I am, and have always been, before addiction was even a factor, the breadwinner, so while the addiction I am sure contributes to his lack of financial reliability, it really isn't the cause. His addiction and the extent of his addiction varies. He isn't a daily user and throughout the year will flip-flop between short bouts of sobriety and active addiction. Sobriety comes from just making the decision to take a step back and get it under control. Addiction is usually the result of whatever may trigger it: boredom, because homeboy quit a job before finding another one, stress, happiness, WTF? Basically, any heightened emotion can trigger it. His addiction also is costly. If you haven't guessed it yet, meth is his DOC, so $40 gets him a good 3 to 5 day run. He usually does that and then won't use again anywhere from 2 days to months later. He knows it's a problem, but every time we discuss it he says stupid shit like, "Oh, when I get a job I won't do it," which is a bold-ass lie he tells himself, and I vocalize that with examples of the times he held a job and would use and miss days of work because of it. Still hasn't clicked yet for him, even though I'll encourage meetings and therapy and work on figuring out why the fuck every emotion is too much to handle, and he needs to neutralize it by frying his brain cells for a few days. Before it really became an issue, and when we had less responsibility, I would actually use recreationally with him. It was something we did together on the weekend every so often for fun. As soon as he started going south, I said that's it for me. I ain't contributing to the shit show anymore, and essentially ended my run with fun, hoping it would help him realize it wasn't fun anymore. Well, of course that didn't happen. So why am I still around? I am 100% not codependent and know for a fact I'd be better off removing myself and the kids. Forgot to mention, the kids are essentially unaware. He doesn't disappear, act a fool, or anything like that. He sits in the room, scrolls on his phone, and tweaks around entertaining himself with random shit. I'd be better off because, as mentioned before, his is a ghost parent, not really involved besides being in the house, playing with them and loving on them. My rules is when he is high he needs to be out of sight and not engage with them. So one day, they will out 2 and 2 together and realize what was going on, I am sure. He is here, but I am the only adult in this house worried about parenting, responsibilities, finances, etc. So if it isn't codependency and it isn't a trauma bond, WTF is it? I know my worth. I am independent and very capable, etc. And I know it. In my head, initially when I started questioning why, I assumed it was because I wanted to make sure I tried my best before leaving, so I would look back and say I should have been patient. I am actually not hurt by his disrespect of our partnership because, understand, I can't expect him to take care of me and love me if he actually isn't taking care of himself and loving himself. So, is it disappointing? Hell yeah, but I am not mad. I know I won't be able, nor do I want this forever. One day, I will wake up and decide I am ready to take the next step. That day isn't today, and I honestly don't think it will be that soon in the future, but it is definitely closer than it was in the past. This started to be an issue in 2019 and has slowly escalated gradually, with the worst of it in 2021, then much better until this year. My only other thought is because I dissociate so well, haha, jokes on me, I know. Probably to protect myself, I unintentionally, but with complete awareness of it, downplay the severity of it maybe? I have learned to never rely on him, so I get disappointed, and while it makes me sad that he is far less close to the kids than he once was, that is on him, not me. As I constantly remind him, when I are grown they will remember mom made shit happen, was there for every year we shed, every laugh we had, every game we played in, and was there to celebrate all of our successes, comfort us when in need, and was 100% reliable. My inability to make a damn move mostly frustrates me because I am married to a non-partner, and this is not the married life I envisioned or want for myself, and I know I am 100% worthy of a much better spouse. Susu, any advice? Fun fact, I refuse to go to therapy because I 100% know the answer is to stop being a doormat. I know what I need to do. I just don't feel like I am ready to do it just yet.